one of the things that I know you're very famous for stating, and I tend to agree with it, but I want to hear it from your perspective, is the idea that this one famous word called benchmarks, right? When people say, is your LTD plan up to benchmark with your competitors?
I hope not.
So the idea of a benchmark you claim as a very false positive measurement.
Yep.
Tell me exactly why that's the case.
Benchmark is your fastest way to send yourself right off a cliff when it comes to group life and disability insurance. And it's just a function of how the policy itself works. I actually have a presentation called The Dangers of Being on Benchmark that I would be welcome to walk anybody here through. But what that presentation does, it takes the average American and the average benchmark group LTD policy and it runs them through a claim. So a benefit is employer funded. It's 60% to $5,000 to $10,000 in 82% of scenarios. It pays to SSNRA or age 65. 96% of the time. So your 60% plan subject to taxes is not 60% anymore. It's now 40 to 45% salary replacement.
Right.
When you look at things like 24-month own occupation definitions of disability, how many claims does that close at 24 months? Somewhere between 35 and 45% of claims are going to get artificially closed at that threshold. So you're going to go to the doctor's going to say, yep, you're disabled. Employer's going to say, yep, you're disabled. And the insurance company's going to say, yeah, but unfortunately, we have this provision here and you're no longer going to get paid. And that's not the simple intent from which people buy insurance. As much as you have a little spreadsheet that says in a box that there's this limitation, they have not internalized the fact that if I'm disabled, I'm not going to get paid. The only way they really end up getting the education at most employers is they have a claim, not get paid. And then you jump into the pool of musculoskeletal claims, or 29% of claims if you look at Council for Disability Awareness data. Mental nervous is 8% of claims. It's much higher in professional groups. And 54% of claims under age 35 are mental nervous claims. So those claims stay open the longest thereafter also, mental disorders. So if you have a 24-month ONOC definition of disability coupled with those limitations, tell your client the truth. They don't have a Social Security normal retirement age contract. They have a 2-year contract. And they may be the one that makes their way upstream to a claim that lasts past 2 years, but in most instances, they will not. So when you do the math out, you find that the majority of full duration claims, if they're going to get cut short by one of the 24-month limitations, their net salary replacement is going to end up being well sub 5% for the rest of their life.
Wow.
Yeah, benchmark is terrible.